Glory of Team Rocket's prices are absolutely absurd, and it really does make you wonder what is the future for this hobby if this continues. Though before we get into today's video, I'm actually gifting another Infernape illustration rare from Twilight Masquerade. Now to know if you won this card, if I do reply to your comment with this specific Squirtle emoji, then congratulations, this Infernape is getting sent your way. And of course, if you are a first-time viewer, I just wanted to say hi, my name is Phil. I cover a lot of topics relating to Pokemon investing and collecting, and I'm really grateful as I've just surpassed 50,000 subscribers, which is actually wild. Definitely feel free to subscribe to join the journey, and I'm going to speak about what I'm doing to celebrate 50,000 in just a second. Though, Glory of Team Rocket prices have been ballooning completely out of control, and it's a little bit deflating for a lot of us, man, because look, I have to be real with you, yeah? Maybe when I speak about a certain set or, any other PokeTubers, if they speak about a certain set or a certain card, we can like all collectively impact the desirability of things. And, denying your role in this would be a little bit silly. So I really want to understand my role here and not just overhype sets for everyone that watches my channel. But at the same time, it's difficult because some of the quality of the sets are getting good, but then again, the prices are just getting sky high. Check what we're dealing with right here. All right, so here we are with Glory of Team Rocket. So you can see on the eBay, I'm on the US eBay right now. So all the prices are in US, and you can see some wild prices for a set that hasn't even released yet, or it's just releasing now. So it's just early days for this set. Check this out, man. You can see right here, 177 US for a Japanese Pokemon booster box. That is so expensive, man. You can even see when we go down here, check this out, 183 US, $179. Now also, while speaking about some of the Pokemon prices and how the market's going, a great resource to purchase Pokemon cards at community-driven prices is Misprint, which is the paid partner of today's video. So Misprint is a US-based website which provides an option for your Pokemon collection and Pokemon investments to have immediate liquidity. So what's so great about Misprint is that it has a buy now feature, but it also has a one-of-a-kind sell now feature. So users on Misprint can actually set a price they are willing to pay for an item beforehand. So the reason why this is so awesome is because it actually becomes a win-win scenario, right? Because people who've purchased collectibles have the option to sell for an immediate sale if they ever choose to do so, and buyers can also put in an offer in hopes to get a good deal. Having a tool like Misprint becomes incredibly useful for anyone who invests and collects Pokemon collectibles. And what's so great is that Misprint is really growing right now, and it also has an amazing community as well. Now, the best part is if you do want to purchase something, you do get $5 off from your first purchase if you use my referral code. Definitely check out Misprint. All the details can be found within the description of this video. But like I said, man, when sets release, I firmly believe sets should be retail or even a little bit below that when they release. Like traditionally, when you pre-ordered a Pokemon set, you always got it for the best price, and now that's completely changed. And Glory of Team Rocket is just like a clear example of what's that. And here's the thing, right? If you're not used to buying Japanese Pokemon products, that is like way more than anything. It's like out of the realms of common sense. And I think it's a little bit deflating for a lot of us because like I said, man, when the sets come out, right, it's kind of like a rite of passage. I feel that you should be able to get it for a good price. I mean, if you can't get a set at a good price when it releases, when on earth can you even purchase the set? I mean, sometimes I think like people don't really kind of comprehend this, right? To me, right, if I'm buying something and I'm pre-ordering it, I really should get a good deal on that, or at least pay normal retail price. This is ballooning out of control. And I think that we may be at a little bit of a nexus point here with Pokemon cards and collectibles. And what I mean by that is I actually think we're at a crossroad with, yes, Deaths and Rivals will be hyped. And there's gonna be all these things happening, but I do feel that this kind of enormous hype bubble that we've been in, I do feel it's getting a bit weaker. And what I mean by that is the hype bubble that we're in right now, it kind of feels like it's actually coming to an ending saga. I know a lot of people will be like, Phil, what are you talking about? We have the 30th anniversary. We've got Mega Evolution Pokemon cards. We've got all this. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I can actually just tell because I run this Pokemon collecting channel. I speak to so many people. I can actually tell that people are super exhausted. People are just over it. People don't actually care that much anymore if they don't get a Pokemon set. So when Prismatic Evolutions, the whole kind of morale was different. And that's something you got to kind of track, especially when you're buying collectibles or investing in them, right? The morale when Prismatic Evolutions came out was completely different. The reason being is it was hype. It was fresh energy. It was exciting. Oh man, I can't wait to get this new EV theme set. This is like the next set since Evolving Skies. It had this really strong kind of positive energy about it, right? Sure, then you had Pokemon TCG Pocket coming out. People were like, what's going on with that? Oh my God, all these people are loving Pokemon again. This feels like COVID days again. You know, when everyone was loving Pokemon again? Oh wow, this is like a huge nostalgic rush through I'm getting right now. I can't believe it. Pokemon cards are just so exciting once again. Now, here's the thing, right? Sure, when Prismatic Evolutions came out, it was exciting. A lot of people were disappointed, but at the same time, there was this kind of like, wow, this is actually wild what's happening, right? Then with Journey Together and it sold out straight away, people were like, oh, you know what, this is crazy. I also can't get any Surging Sparks at the moment as well. I can't get any Prismatic Evolutions. And now look at that, I can't even get Journey Together. And then when it also happened again for Destined Rivals, people are just like, oh, okay, this is just kind of the normal that we're dealing with now. And now I kind of feel like it's having a little bit of this reverse effect. What I mean by that is we have a lot of things coming. So we can see singles prices are completely tanking at the moment, right? Well, not tanking so much, but they're actually losing their high points in the market. They're actually really coming down at the moment, right? Then you also have a lot of communication from Pokemon themselves on social media actually saying, hey, we realize that there's not enough product out there. We are now putting our best resources out there. We are going to be printing a lot of product because we believe you deserve to get product. Pokemon has actually said this twice now. So the fact that they're kind of preparing everyone for this, along with the fact that they kind of got blindsided by the fact that Pokemon TCG Pocket brought in all these fans, I do think the whole glory of Team Rocket and Destined Rivals will be an actual ending saga of this hype period. And we're going to see sets from here, I think, be a little bit easier to find. Now, look, I know the Pokemon market right now, it's kind of up, it's kind of down. There's a lot of absurd prices happening, but also some of the singles are going down. However, there is some pretty good news because I have surpassed 50,000 subscribers and I'm actually going to be celebrating with all of you by going live and giving away 50 packs of Twilight Masquerade. Now, the live stream will be on April 23rd, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, to participate, you will be able to enter the giveaway on my channel's Discord. Head to my Discord and prepare for the live stream. The invite is in the video's description. Now, obviously, Team Rocket and the whole ordeal has such strong nostalgic connections. Like, I even spoke about this earlier in a previous video, right? Though, Pokemon 151 always felt like a revolutionized base set. And all those old school collectors from 1999 got to relive their nostalgia. And now Glory of Team Rocket and Destined Rivals is almost like a reward for those who stuck around. And it's like eerily similar to what happened with the Team Rocket set that was released like 20 plus years ago. So because of this, I actually think a lot of people are just gonna be naturally excited for this set, especially with some of the artwork. Now also, I have seen some of the secret rares that are revealed, but also some of the cards from Glory of Team Rocket look pretty cool. I have to say that, you know, the photos that I'm looking at the moment aren't the best quality, right? Hopefully when I'm in the edit suite, I do actually have the higher resolution versions and the more clear copies, because right now, this is what I'm looking at. Right now I'm on Houndoom, and I gotta say, from what I can see with this photo at the moment, does look like a pretty quirky artwork, looking pretty cool. Obviously Houndoom, you know, it's one of the Team Rocket Pokemon. It's gonna be super exciting to see what the values of these cards are. The Japanese version, I don't think will be as valuable as the English version. I mean, the only real comparison we can have with this card is the Shrouded Fable Houndoom, and that's performing pretty well, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see how this one performs. Next one is the Blaziken, and honestly, from the kind of picture that I'm going from here, right? What I got at the moment, it's cool, but, you know, I kind of need a better kind of image to make my final decision, right? But, you know, at the same time, Blaziken, super, super beloved Pokemon, old school Pokemon. We'll be excited to see the value of this card. We got Rocket's Murkow as well. I actually really like this card so far. This is a pretty good quality version as well that I can see here. And that card's looking pretty awesome, man. Not gonna lie, I'm very excited to see the prices of some of these cards. You know, the Japanese version might get pretty expensive as well. Same thing here, we have Weezing as well, which is pretty cool as well. Don't forget Weezing, it kind of brings back so much nostalgia from, you know, those early days. If you watch the Pokemon anime, man, oh man, Weezing, Arbok, you know, they just have so much nostalgic connection. And here we have Raticate, and funnily enough, right now, I mean, the image that I'm looking at right now is garbage. I mean, I don't know why. Why is it when people take these photos of leaks, it's always the worst quality photos you can get. Like, it's never like, how does that always collectively happen? Do you notice that? Like, if it's a leak, it's like some blurry camera. It just can't, does no one think, hey, I'm gonna put this card down. You know, I don't need the best lighting, but maybe I'm just gonna make sure that it doesn't have motion blur just rocking the boat everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't get why this always happens anyway. But look, from what I can see, the Raticate does look cool, but you know, the image quality, I don't know what's going on here. And same thing with the Mewtwo SAR. Right now with this image, I don't want to make a definitive decision on it. I will wait for the better quality image. Right now with what I'm looking at, I don't know my thoughts on it yet. I'm gonna have to let some time kind of pass by and then make a definitive decision on this Mewtwo. But you know, as I'm saying this, man, I do think Glory of Team Rocket, like I said, it's gonna be an interesting set. I do think prices will eventually calm down for this set as well, as you know, Pokemon catches up with demand. But then again, maybe we are coming down out of this hype period as well. However, you know, there seems to be a lot of people switching to Japanese Pokemon cards at the moment. And a lot of collectors are wondering, why does it seem that everyone's switching to Japanese Pokemon cards right now? Well, I actually unpack the answer to that question right within this video here. Within this video that's appearing on screen, I go over the reason why it seems so many collectors are switching to Japanese Pokemon products. Click the video that's appearing on screen and I'll see you there.